Hello friends, in this video I would like to talk why don't we need expensive laptop to learn programming or anything technical. Basically, if you are keen, if you are interested to learn anything related to programming or anything like technical things, it is of no use to spend money to buy an expensive laptop with the extra memory and other flashy things. So I will show you in this video how we can uh, prevent our expenses of buying a new laptop with using cloud services. So in this video I will show you how we can create AWS instances, basically AWS EC2 instances to spin our own Windows EC2 instance and to learn any technical stuff on that. So I am also using my quite old laptop. It's around 9 to 10 years, and I have installed Linux on that because Windows, the memory of this specific laptop is quite low. It's around 6 GB. So if I run Windows 10 with other softwares, this laptop takes lots of time to reboot and it becomes quite slow. And this could be also helpful to learn other stuff like in this video I will show how to create an EC2 instance with existing Docker install so that we don't have to install Docker and take all the burden of learning installing all these services on our own laptops. So I will so the simple prerequisite for this video would be to have an AWS cloud subscription, or basically an account which you can create freely without spending any money. So but one thing you need to have is an credit card for that. So here I am on AWS dashboard and I have selected EC2 service. Now if I will go into my instance dashboard and here I will select this option to launch instance. So now suppose I want to create an Windows instance. I will search Windows and I will create this Windows 2019 server with containers installed. So this VM would already be having Docker installed so that I don't have to bother about installing Docker and all those stuff if I want to learn Docker specifically. So now I have to choose the instance type. Here basically we can choose the instance which the memory of the instance which we want to select basically. So for my instance I will go and select T2 micro. T3 micro. Next would be to configure instance details. So let these values be default. Let your VPC network be default because it already has an internet gateway attached to it. So internet gateway is used if you want to access internet from your EC2 instance. So next would be storage. Here also I will keep all the things as default. 30 GB would be my storage, and I would go ahead with the general purpose SSD volume type. So all these things you have to keep same. Next would be to add tags. You can add a tag with name for I would name this instance as for learning. Let the other values be as default. Now in the configure security group, select create a new security group and add a new rule to have HTTP access, and let that RDP rule be there so that we can access this instance from our RDP client. And you can name this security group anything. Next, go review and launch. So here you will get all the details which you have selected for this specific instance. And now I will get an option to select a key. So in this case, if you want to create a new key, you can provide the name of that key. So this key would be useful while if you want to log into that specific instance. Now download key. This would download the key on your local machine and click on launch instance. So it will take some time to launch the instance so that it can be used for any of the development purpose. And if I go to my EC2 dashboard, so it might take some time to run and initialize this instance. As you can see, uh, this is the instance which I have created just now. So if you want to connect to this instance, you need to have connect through it remote access. So currently, as I am using Linux or Ubuntu on my local laptop, so there is a RDP client which we call as Ramina, which is provided by default in the Linux environment. So we can use that instance. We can use that client to connect to this instance, or if you are connecting through Windows, you can directly use MSTSC. So for connecting, you need to select that instance uh, in the dashboard and click on this connect button and go to this RDP client, and this is the Ramina client which is provided in the Ubuntu to connect to remote machines. So I need to copy this public DNS name of that server which I have just now initialized. You need to click OK for this accept certificate. You need to copy this administrator name and we need to get the password. So we need to browse to the key which we have downloaded while creating the instance, and we click the decrypt password. So this is the password. Anyway, I would be removing this instance as well as key once I am done with this video. So even if you try connecting, you won't be able to connect. So here is my VM which I have just now provisioned. Similarly, you can also provision any of your VMs for your learning purpose. So I would like, while this VM is provisioning or initializing, I would like to walk you through the cost which you have to bear for these VMs. So here I have selected a Windows T3 medium VM which has a memory or RAM of 4 GB, which should be enough to learn any of the technical or programming stuff. So if I am using it for even for 2 hours per day, my monthly cost would be $3. So you can see how cost optimized these VMs are. So 2 hours I'm taking on higher side if you want to learn any programming stuff or any technical stuff. And this Windows T3 medium has 4 GB RAM, which should be enough to learn or install any of the tools which we want to use for our programming. So even with that much of memory and 2 hours of usage, we can see that I have to pay around $4 per month if I am not in free tier. Even for free tier, there are some VMs which have some of their costs available for free, but we have to keep in mind that these VMs are not totally free, so you have to go and search for AWS free tier limitations before using any of those VMs. Okay, so other thing is, yep, as you can see, my VM is provisioned, and since this was a VM which had already Docker installed on it, so let's see. So once you get these VMs provisioned, you can install any of the tools or any of the uh, code editors install on these VMs so that you can run it for learning any of the programming language. So this was a video where I've shown like why you should not spend lots of money to buy a new laptop to learn any of the technical stuff. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.